what do I got? Making bacon. This is a prime example, or a perfect example, of a 275-gallon oil drum that has been turned into a pig cooker. Now, there's a couple things about oil drum pig cookers. The first, and probably the most important thing, is you want to start with either a new drum or one that has been thoroughly burned out. It requires probably 2 or 3 real hot burns in one of these types of cookers to clean them of the diesel that just soaks into the oil, or just soaks into the metal, or else your pig will taste like diesel fuel, and that's very important, that you don't want your pig to taste like fuel oil. This pig cooker, I'm going to estimate, is probably 40 years old, and that's great because it's had many pigs cooked in it. There is a few things that I'm not crazy about. Now, I borrowed this pig cooker, but the guy's a very good friend of mine. His name's Opie. His grandfather built it. And we use this at my men's club for our annual picnic / pig roast every year. And so I know this thing's had a lot of pig through it. But it is starting to show its age a little bit. And one of the places that it's showing its age is the actual cooking surface itself. So today's project is going to be making a new cooking surface for the pig itself. I'm going to use this cooking surface. It does have a few little doinks in it. I should probably put gloves on. Pig cookers are dirty and gross. So over the years, it started to show its age a little bit. So we'll tack this back together. Actually, might just eliminate it completely. I haven't decided yet. Probably just going to eliminate this completely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a pan, a solid pan, to fit inside of this cooker with handles on it. Handling the pig itself while the cooker is lit can be a little bit dicey, especially if you're trying to wrestle this wet pig onto this thing and get it positioned properly. So the easiest way to do that is to have it on a pan that's already ready to go onto the pig cooker. Now, the argument could be that you're not getting the right kind of smoke, blah, blah, blah. I'm not too worried about that. I've cooked them both ways, 3 ways actually. I've cooked them butterflied open in an open pit with a lid over it. That flared and ruined the pig as far as I was concerned. I've used a vertical oil drum cooker, which is basically this tank on its end with the top cut, which is what I was going to build, and this style. This style to me seems to be the one that works the best for what I'm actually doing. If I had any artistic ability whatsoever, I would paint this whole thing and redo the artwork that's on it as an homage to it. But I'm afraid if I do that, I'll screw it up. So I'm going to leave it on here with the patina. So what do we have? Let's take a look here. I'm going to use this GoPro in a second. This cooker is actually set up with a gas inlet. It has a gas burner attached to it. I am not going to use the gas burner. So I'm probably going to have to figure out, probably going to take this off, this union off of here, so I can close this completely to control my temperature. Let's see here. Obviously it's mounted on wheels. So this pig cooker itself was actually designed with a gas inlet. And you can see the gas goes in here, and there's a gas burner inside the cooker. But it can also be used with charcoal. And this is kind of something that I've always wanted to have for a long time. Now, like I said, I borrowed this pig cooker. It's a friend of mine's, so I don't want to modify it too much from its original design. It is mounted on wheels, which is really nice, and it tows relatively well, and it backs up nice. As we've seen from my other videos, I'm not real good at backing up trailers. So let's take a look inside and see what we have. Should we cook a little dog? Okay. So we got these handles here. And these also have counterweights to them often. But I think this is just as good a setup as anything to prop the lid. 99% of the time, 99% of the time the lid is closed on one of these cookers, so it doesn't, having a counterweight system or a spring-loaded lid is nice, but you want to keep that lid closed as often as possible. So here's the inside of the cooker. It has these really nice, very heavy-duty angle irons that run the width of the cooker to support the cooking surface itself, which is great. Now this one needs to be cleaned. I haven't gotten that far yet, but it is well seasoned, which is exactly what you need when you're cooking a pig. Now let's do another quick walk around here. Here you can see the gas burner a lot better. The way the gas burner is set up is it has the venturi here and the gas inlet. I'm not going, and then there's a diffuser tube that runs down the center, just like a boiler. I'm not going to use the gas setup on this particular cooker for this particular pig. So what I might end up doing is I might take this off. I might lubricate this and remove this. This is kind of sketchy at best. So I can close this completely and get a full control of my heat. This is basically the damper, and the damper doesn't close enough. So this is going to have to come off to be used for charcoal. And I'll clean it up and I'll put new fittings on it, and maybe even a new hose. I still haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with this. A new hose and regulator setup for this system is relatively inexpensive, less than $100. I borrowed the cooker, so I think repairing the gas inlet and the damper is a minor repair that would be a welcomed addition. Let's see here, what else is going on? Oh, another very important thing I need to point out is the drain. This particular cooker has a drain in it, right down in here. So when you're cooking the pig, the pan that I'm building will allow the pig juices to flow this way, in this direction, and into that drain. I am probably going to fix that drain because I don't like it, and I don't want my pig to burn and flare. And then you can just put a bucket underneath of it to allow the goop to drain into like a 3 to 5 gallon bucket. So there's the drain, and we're going to fix the drain. I may also make a catch pan right here, just to modify it a little bit and put a catch pan in. So that's pretty much it for the pig cooker for right now.